Good afternoon. This is Trish Hemingway, Director of Products for Girl Scouts of West Central Florida, and Esther and Jessica are both joining me today. There's just a few of you on today, so we're going to go through this, and then you'll have time to answer your questions. So today we're going to cover the cookie exchange and how to utilize that tab. So we're going to show you how to add cookies to the cookie exchange and how to find cookies in the cookie exchange, and then we're also going to go through quickly troop-to-troop transfers. So in the cookie exchange tab, that is a great place to let other troops know that you have cookies left over that you need to transfer out. And it's also a place to find where, if you're looking for cookies, where to find what troops have those cookies left. So in eBuddy, you'll click on the tab that says Cookie Exchange. From there, up at the top, you're going to enter in packages, how many packages of each flavor of cookie you have left over. So if you have 2 cases of Samoas, you need to make sure you enter that as 24. And then you just enter those across the top. When you have all of your cookie counts in, you're going to click Update Packages to Exchange. And then it's going to say, it's going to give you that offering updated, and you'll click OK. Now, when you do, so that's how you're going to update, right? So as you give cookies out to troops, you can update these numbers. Let's say you gave out all of your lemons, you'll go ahead and update that. You gave out half of your Samoas, you'll update that to 12. Then you'll click update again. So again, as you give cookies out to troops, you want to update these numbers. You can quickly remove everything you enter by clicking the remove my offering, and it'll change all of the numbers down to 0. So now let's go through one more time. To add cookies that you have left over, you put them in packages. How many do you have left to exchange? And you click Update Packages to Exchange. That's how easy it is to tell other troops in the council that you have cookies left. Now let's say you're looking for cookies, right? You need 1 or 2 boxes of Toffee-tastic and don't really want to go to the warehouse and get a full case of 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Cookie Exchange tab, and I'm going to go down to where it says Toffee-tastic, and I'm going to click the little caret, and it's going to show me what troops have those particular cookies left over. What it's going to tell me is the date they posted, their troop number, how many boxes of cookies they have in that flavor. It's going to give you the email for the person, and it's going to give you the service unit. You can do that for each flavor of cookie that you're looking for. Now I am going to show you real quick. Let me see if I can do this without messing something up. Ooh, I'll keep logging in. Let's see. Let's click this one. I'm going to show you currently live in eBuddy what troops have cookies out there. So this is our current set of troops and cookies that are out there. So if you're looking for Toffee-tastics currently, there are 75 boxes available from troops. So as you see here, it gives you their date, their troop number, the number of boxes they have left, gives you the first name of the person, their email, and their service unit. Now, if you hover over their email, it's going to tell you, if they updated it in the system, it'll show you the zip code where they live. Not everybody updated it, so it doesn't have it in there, but if you hover over their email, it'll show you their zip code. So this is how you would find cookies. I had someone call me earlier and just needs 1 box of toffee. Well, she's going to contact one of these troops on here because they only need 1 box of Toffee-tastic. You can do that, and this is also a great way to help out other troops. We have a lot of lemon ups out there, a lot of do-si-dos out there. So if you just click on the lemon ups and you scroll down, you'll find all of the troops who currently have lemon ups available. Okay. All right. So then now we're going to kind of show you next, when you give cookies to another troop, what are you going to do, right? So let me log back in. I apologize for you. I should have had it open. So I'm going to log back in as Jess in the demo site because the demo site does not like me, right? So now I'm going to show you, once you give out cookies to another troop, let's make sure this troop has cookies to exchange. They do, okay. So once you give out cookies to another troop, right, you're going to have them sign a receipt, right? They're going to sign a receipt. You're going to make sure you get their full 5-digit troop number. Full 5-digit troop number, people. Okay, we have, you can't call me later and say, you know, their first name was Jennifer and they had a red car, right? There's a lot of Jennifers out there and a lot of red cars. So please make sure you get their full 5-digit troop number. So under the transactions tab, you're going to click add transaction. You're going to change the second party to troop. You can put in the date you made the exchange. Let's say I made this exchange yesterday. The receipt number doesn't matter. You can change that if you want. You can leave it as it is. That doesn't matter. In the troop number, you're going to type in the full 5-digit troop number. So I'm going to type in the troop number, select the troop. Then I'm going to put in how many packages of cookies. If you gave them full cases, you can put it full cases, but you can transfer cookies to another troop in packages if you wish. And then I'm going to click OK in my friend the purple save button. Okay. This is going to remove 82 boxes of cookies from my troop and add those cookies to the other troop. The rule of thumb is if you give cookies to another troop, you do the transaction in eBuddy, right? If you're taking them from your troop and giving them to another troop, you do this transaction. Because you want to make sure that you remove them from your troop inventory for payment purposes, okay? If you did pick up cookies from another troop and you see after a couple days, hey, they didn't put it in and I want to make sure my sales report is correct, you can add it. The difference would be you would change the remove product to add product, right? So you can either remove product from your troop or add product to your troop. If you happen to see you put the transaction in, then you see the other troop put that transaction in as well, you can delete any transaction you put in. So as long as it's not gray, you can edit it. So you can click on that transaction, you can click delete, OK, and save. And that'll delete the one you added because the other troop put it in as well. So let's go through troop to troop transactions one more time. You're in the transactions tab. You're going to click add a transaction. You're going to change the second party to troop. Put in the date you made the transfer. Put in what you gave to the other troop, right? You can do packages or cases, that doesn't matter. You're going to click OK. Oh, what'd I do? Oh, I didn't put the troop number in. See, it yelled at me because I didn't put in the troop number. The system will tell you if you did something wrong, right? You put in the troop number, click OK, and that purple save button. That's how easy it is to look for cookies in the cookie exchange, to add cookies to the cookie exchange, to remove cookies from the cookie exchange, and to do a troop-to-troop transfer. Okay, Miss Esther, do we have any questions?
We do not have no questions right now.
So if you do have a question, go ahead and type it in your questions or chat box, and we'll go ahead and get that answered for you. We'll stay on for a little bit of time here so you can answer your questions. So again, the cookie exchange is where you're going to add cookies you have extra from your troop. You can update the package you exchange anytime you have an update. You'll click update. If you want to remove everything you have, you can click the remove my offering. If you're looking for cookies, click on the cookie exchange, find the flavor you're looking for, hit the little caret or the little arrow button. You'll find the troop information, the date, the troop number, how many they have to transfer, the name of the person, their email, and the service unit they're in. Now, you may not know the service unit, but if you hover over their name, it should give you their zip code and you can look it up by then. And then you and that other troop then make arrangements to meet with each other to do that transfer. And I'll say one more time, make sure you have a receipt for anything you do when you're doing cookies. If you give cookies to another troop, you make them sign a receipt. If you're picking up cookies from another troop, sign a receipt. right? You need to have a receipt, a proof of transaction, just like you do with your girls and your parents. You always have a receipt for what you give to parents. You should always have a receipt when you give cookies to another troop. Okay, so it looks like we don't have any questions. Again, we're going to stay on for a few minutes. If you do have a question, type it in the questions or chat box. We'll get that answered for you. This was a quick and easy one because the cookie exchange is been out, I think, 2 years. And I think, Jess, do you know, do they, they're offering off a cookie exchange, is it updated automatically after a certain date, or is it on there until it's removed? It's on there until it's removed. So please make sure you go in there and update that as you can. Okay?
We got one. Chrissy asks, as a first-time troop chair, when will you suggest to evaluate your stock before the end of the season for offerings?
Oh, so that's a great question. So she asks, you know, being a new person, when should you start off putting your cookies up on the cookie exchange? So we're getting ready to go into our second weekend of Cookie Booths, right? So I'm going to say really after this weekend of Cookie Booths, look at how many cookies you have left. If you have 10 cases of Toffee-tastic, I'm hoping you don't have 10 cases of Toffee-tastic. If you do, I would go ahead and get those posted. And it's really going to depend on how many booths, you know, you're planning on doing for the rest of the season. Again, we have 3 weekends left of Cookie Booths. How many, how active are your girls in digital cookie? Are your girls still doing lemon up stands? Are they still going door to door? So I would say starting next week, start looking at that and evaluating what you have a lot of. And be honest with you, if you transfer cookies to another troop and find out you needed those, you can always go back to the warehouse or look on the cookie exchange for the cookies you need.
Nothing else.
Okay. So again, as you have questions, go ahead and get them typed in. If you don't have any questions, you're free to log off the webinar at this time.
Okay, Chrissy, once again.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 booths this weekend.
Okay.
One was thinking of reviewing my stock for cookies on the spot as asking parents.
Okay, so let me see if I understand what you're asking. Yeah, so it's always nice to reach out to your parents and say, hey, parents, what do you have? Do you need more cookies for cookies on the spot? Are they getting more digital cookie sales? So I would start, you know, you have cookie booths this weekend, that's great. Do you have cookie booths for the next 2 weekends? Hopefully the answer is yes. Then really what it is that you have, reach out to your parents, kind of see what they're needing. And again, you can always go get more. And then, you know, if you put them up on the cookie exchange and decide you need them, that's okay. You just update what you have left remaining in the cookie exchange. So, you know, I would begin to evaluate, but, you know, there's 3 weeks left. Really, I think I put out the message, I think there's 18 days left officially in the cookie program. So it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it's still 3 weekends of Cookie Booths. Okay. So again, if you have questions, go ahead and get them typed in. Oh, there's one that popped in.
If we have cases left for the first ACH sweep, will this affect this being a first-time cookie chair with no money accounted for?
So I'm not quite understanding what you're asking, Melissa. So your first ACH sweep happens tomorrow, and that's based off of your initial order or first pickup for 25% of the council proceeds minus your digital cookie payment. So you're going to sell or try to sell every and all cookie that you picked up for your troop, right? So I'm not quite sure what your question is as it pertains to the cookies in the ACH. At this point, you should have enough to cover your first ACH sweep, because there's a lot of troops who actually don't have a first payment because of the digital cookie sales their troop has had. And in some ACH sweeps that are happening are relatively small. So I don't know that I quite understand your question, Melissa. If you need to give us a call, you know, if I didn't answer your question correctly, you can always give us a call up here at the council. I will, I think, hopefully answered your question, but
okay.
But if you have questions, you can always reach out to us via email or phone call. Okay, so we're going to stay on for 2 or 3 more minutes. If you do have any of those last minute questions, go ahead and get them typed in. If we don't get your question answered today, if you think of it after we end the cookie chat, reach out to your service unit cookie manager, reach out to us here at the council office. We're happy to help you out and answer your questions. Okay, so it looks like we're down to just a few people left, so we're going to stay on for about another minute. So if you do have questions, go ahead and get them typed in. Okay, so go ahead.
In the event that you have stock after that cannot be exchanged or sold, who is responsible for the payments, troops or chair?
So if you have cookies that are left after the program is over, the responsibility does fall on Troop Cookie Chair. Now, you can continue to sell cookies after the program is officially over. You just can't do them at Publix, Walmart, Winn-Dixie's, any of the council level cookie booths. But you can continue to hold, you know, mobile booths, things like that to get rid of cookies. But if you're that concerned about what you have left over, even at this point, put them up on the cookie exchange. But hopefully, you know, you'll be able to, you and your girls, your troop will be able to sell the cookies that you have. I mean, again, there's still 18 days left in the cookie program. So encourage your parents and your girls to take 5 extra boxes. Can they sell 5 more boxes? Can they sell 10 more boxes? Especially as you're getting down into that last week of the program. Hey, we have 4 cases of cookies left of, you know, trefoils. Can each parent sell 2 or 3 of them? You know, see if that will help you. But it is the responsibility of the troop cookie chair and not the girls in the troop to pay for those cookies. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully, Chris, I answered your question. We're going to go ahead and end the cookie chat there. If you do think of a question that we didn't get to answer for you, reach out to your service unit cookie manager, reach out to us here at the council office. We're happy to assist you in any way that we can. And join us next week for cookie chat and understanding the troop sales report. Okay. All right, you guys have a great day, great afternoon, and we'll see you soon.